General MacArthur has deliberately stayed away from the Manila Conference, choosing to wait and come face-to-face with his conquered enemy on Japanese soil. He flies into Okinawa on August 29, 1945, in his own gleaming C-54 Skymaster Baton. This is the crowning achievement of the 65-year-old conqueror's career. The defeated nation comes face-to-face with their conquerors on the USS Missouri at the surrender ceremony on September 2, 1945. Tokyo Bay is clogged with hundreds of powerful gleaming American fighting ships. At 8:55 a.m., the Japanese delegation reaches the Missouri. Finally, General MacArthur makes his entrance with Fleet Admiral Chester Nimitz and Admiral William Halsey.
It is my earnest hope, and indeed the hope of all mankind, that from this solemn occasion a better world shall emerge out of the blood and carnage of the past, a world founded upon faith and understanding, a world dedicated to the dignity of man and the fulfillment of his most cherished wish for freedom, tolerance, and justice.
The signing of the surrender signals the official end to a savage conflict. After the Japanese, it's MacArthur's turn. Then come the representatives of 9 other Allied powers. As the Japanese are led away, the victors put on one final display of triumph. 1,500 planes, Boeing Superfortresses, and Navy fighters roar across the sky.
The 5 o'clock whistles on the blink. The whistle won't blow, and what do you think?
Villagers, all too aware of the Nazis' genocidal hunger plan, set fire to their own property. A scorched earth policy to deny the approaching Germans shelter or supplies. Erhard Schaumann, serving in the 20th Panzer Grenadier Division, films houses and fields torched in and around the town of Vitebsk. To further disrupt the German advance, the Red Army targets the most ambitious engineering project ever built in the Soviet Union, the Dnieper hydroelectric dam. At the time of its construction, the 2,500-foot-long dam was the biggest on Earth. 20 tons of explosives blow a 500-foot hole in this engineering masterpiece. This rare footage shows nearby cities flooded by the resulting cascades of water. Roads, factories, and resources are washed away.
The Russians have proved by their destruction of the Great Dam, they mean truly to scorch the earth before Hitler, even if it means the destruction of their most precious possessions.
The destruction by the Soviets of that dam was undoubtedly a great statement of intent. If Joe Stalin is destroying something that he held so dear and was so valuable to the Soviet Union, then the Soviet people themselves thought, well, perhaps this sacrifice needs to be replicated in my own life. It was a great motivating statement.
And a deadly one. Ukrainian locals received no prior warning of the blast. An estimated 100,000 are killed in the flood. Soviet disregard for Ukrainians is nothing new. Many already hold a deep-rooted hatred of Joseph Stalin's rule.
Many Ukrainians had suffered under communism. We have the famine induced during the 1930s, in which several million Ukrainians die. This is followed by the Great Terror, which kind of rips its way through Ukrainian society. So for many Ukrainians, when the Germans come in, they see this as their opportunity to free themselves from the yoke of Moscow.
A feeling reflected by this sign that reads, "Long live Adolf Hitler and his army." Filmed by his personal camera operator, General Rotker and his men enjoy ice cream with Ukrainian villagers. Later, operating the camera himself, Rotker films locals in traditional dress, carrying swastikas, and making the Nazi salute as they parade past German officers. Another sign reads, "The liberators of Europe from Bolshevism. Sieg Heil to Adolf Hitler and his men." But this outpour of Ukrainian support is met with Nazi contempt.
Is it me or just my money? Aurora, I'll buy you this and buy you that if you'll be true to me. I'll even rent a cottage and present you with the key. So if you marry me and be my sweet senora,